Shout out to everyone for the last couple of months of absolutely grinding away and working your businesses, like consistency. It's like literally it's just consistency, and we did it. Like a new region, and it's all with you guys. Like it's a massive shout out to you all, because everyone, like I remember just sitting there on Saturday looking at the whole room, and the whole room was just working. The whole room was just probably, I wouldn't say head down, bums up, but just literally like typing away, like trying to, message people, get as many orders in as we could. Yeah, so proud of you all. And I feel like this is just the beginning. Like it's almost like tag who's next, it's just, and it's so cool that we've got someone who you're actually friends with, who's now like, we've reached the level. It's like, it's not someone like, oh, my friend in Australia, or like my friend down south. It's like, no, actually my friend in Hamilton, like, so it's pretty cool. So we're going to start off with recognition, and is that with Glenna? Recognition. So pass it over to you.
Wait. Hi everyone. Excuse my voice still. I'm still a bit croakety-jokety. Em, do you want to play music, or will it not work? Maybe just unmute yourselves and yell hooray at everyone. How about that?
Let's do that.
Okay. So for hitting brick, we have, which is your 2,500 QV, Crystal, Emily, Glenna, Kayla, Jess, and Hayley.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes.
Then we had DM Qual, Abby Barnes, Martine, Mallory, Simran, Southside Sim.
Amazing. So good, guys.
Well done.
DM bonus, we had Hayley Wicker.
Yeah.
First time DM bonus, baby. And myself and Em. New area manager, Glenna McGugan. Hello. Welcome.
Yeah.
Well done.
Cheers.
Area manager bonus, Emily Orr.
Yes.
And your regional vice president, Miss Emily Orr.
Yes.
Good.
And I just wanted to say a special mention to our two new ICs. Sorry if I get your name wrong. Shalani, is it? Shalini. Yes. Yeah. And Jay, welcome.
Also, I just want to do a shout out, which I forgot to send you, Glenna, but Pearl Williams is now in the 2-wide executive regional vice president, which is so amazing. So it means basically, if you're new, it means she's a region, but she's got 2 regions in her downline as well, which is insane. It's such a strong business you have, Pearl. So it's amazing work to you as well, and your leadership that flows through to us.
Oh, it's so awesome. Honestly, I'm feeding and sorting my little boy out. But I just want to do, on EBC say, what an absolute team, guys. Like there's no, it's not easy getting to region. And, as you move up the levels, it really does say something for your leadership and what you're growing. And honestly, it does change lives. Like my life is forever changed for going RVP and what it's done for me in my life. And Em, you are incredible. You become such an amazing leader, and I'm so excited for what you're building. So well done, guys. Well done, everyone. Like you're absolutely on fire. The momentum is incredible. It's awesome.
Thank you so much, Pearl. I love how you're jumping on with the baby and everything. So it's so good. Actually, I think Mallory and Pearl, your babies aren't far off. Oh, maybe they're a month apart. But yeah, pretty close in age. Okay, so we are going to do a bit of planning for October. I think it's perfect timing, Monday Night Training, to plan this out. So if you haven't already, got a pen and paper out and just jot some notes down. But what I do want to say is that you do have to make your own goals, and I can help you, or whoever your direct upline is can help you with this. But this is kind of like the outline of it, and then yeah, we can go from there. So you still do have to like actually set out where do you want to be at. Let us know, and we can help you if we need to break it down anymore. Okay. kind of side note, but not. But what we want to really be doing is, so this month there is half price for the middle of the month, 15th to the 16th. I'll get Katie to do this at the end, but it's half price to sign up for a consultant. So usually it's $149 until the 5th. So the next 2 weeks, it's $75 if you're brand new. If you're a PC to upgrade, it's $45. Okay. And so this whole team is in massive growth mode. So we are going to do just a massive push now to the end of the year. Well, it's always a goal to be enrolling, right? But this is just as a team focus. If you get the whole team kind of energy, like life is energy, right? If all our energy is put into enrollments and like, who can we help with this business? Who can we help with the income, with friendships, with a purpose again? Like, who out there needs this business? Like, if everyone as a team is focusing on that, you're just going to bounce off it. You've probably heard, like, you are the 5 people you hang around. Like, if this whole team is just talking about enrolling people, like, it's gonna rub off on you. Okay. So an idea that I thought we could all do after this at some stage is, in the Vibe Nation, I want you all just to write like 3 or 4 sentences about what you love about being a part of this team. Okay. And it's very similar, like, you know how we did that 15-second one for the sale chat, very similar to that. Because in a lot of you guys, pretty much 100% of everyone said it was like the team, it's like the friendships, it's the community. Obviously there's an income to it as well, but there's so much more than, and people don't get that until they're in the business. And that was me exactly as well. I thought it was just pure sales and pure like money, but then when you're in it, you're actually like, oh my gosh, there's so much more to this business. So that's some homework. So write that down. You're gonna write into Vibe Nation what you love about this business in 3 or 4 sentences. Then we're all going to screenshot that and use those, like save them in a file, save them in an album on your phone, and you can just put them up, like, and you can alternate. So like one day you might use mine, the other day you might use Kayla, the next day you might use Haley, blah 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 blah, you know. And then you've got like this whole entire album full that you can just rotate each day, and you can do this for the rest of the year, you know. And then you got people saying like, oh my gosh, this person. Another thing we can add to that, which you can write down, is tag your team, even if it's not your direct team. Okay, so for example, if I tag, say for example, okay, everyone's on my team, that doesn't work. If Glenna and Haley tagged each other, okay, they're not direct to each other, but we benefit from each other. Same as, say, Mallory tagged Simran. Okay, same teams, are not directly linked, but we have to bounce off people. And when you're new and by yourself, it's actually vital to grow. Okay. Okay, so that's what the first part of tonight is. Make sure that's your homework. The second part is what, as a team, and this is something to do like it's an all-round goal all the time, but as a team, everyone's goal is to be hitting brick 2,500 CQV. Okay, so if you put that as your personal goal, CQV is if you're new, your CQV is your customer sales. So this comes from customers who signed up as referred customers or clients who pay full price. Okay, those CQV hitting brick, that there drives your personal activity. Okay, so this business here is like, it's 90% you should be working on your own personal activity, or 80% own personal activity, and then 10 to 20% is really like on your team. Okay, and it doesn't sound like that should be really even, but you never know. Like, life happens to everyone, and there'll be a month where someone drops off and is ghosting you, and then they'll come back. It happens to everyone. Like, and that's where you always have to be doing your own enrollments, whether it's PCs or ICs. Okay, so where I suggested work from that, and this is very helpful if you are new, but if you haven't, you've probably heard this a little bit. What you want to do is every Sunday night, you want to sit down, look at your week. Okay. When is daycare drop off? When is your work hours? When is school sports? Put it in there. And then once you put everything in your calendar, slot Arbonne around it. This is probably the ongoing joke in our team, but people work their business from the toilet, like literally replying to messages. I do that because it's the only time my kids aren't like tackling me or wanting hugs or tripping me up. Okay. That's what I mean. Another example is I would turn up to the gym early, like between daycare. So this is where I really, yeah, truth. This is where, for example, this is how my day look. I used to be lunch naps, and now Jackson doesn't sleep at lunchtime, so it doesn't really work like that. But that was like when my babies were really young, lunchtime naps was like my key thing to build this business. Now, daycare drop off, I drop them off around 8:30, 8:15, 8:30, and then my gym class doesn't start till 9:15. So I literally go straight from daycare and I go straight to a cafe and I sit down and I do an hour right there of blitzing. And then I know my personal activity is done, and I don't go home, because if I go home, the washing will get done, everything else will get done but this. Okay, and I put this as a bit of a priority, and I know the washing can like wait. You got to find your balance in the day. And I'm just using my example because hopefully this is helpful. Yeah, Mallory, breastfeeding, sitting down, like honestly the best time ever. And where I do it in my day, I'm just using me as an example, but nighttime is where I'll do the dishes, the clean, the everything, the washing. Like I just bundle that up in one instead of spreading it throughout the day. That way I can make my day as productive as possible where I can slot it in. Okay, so that's kind of point number 2 with hitting brick and working your business. Is Sunday night, sit down, look at your week, plan it out. I use Google Calendar. I don't know what you guys use, but put everything in your calendar. It's a really good, if you really want to go far in this business, you're going to have to use something to organize your life. Okay. This one here is going to have to be organized. I think we can do a team one, but you can also do individual ones as well. Online Discover Arbonne's once a week. Okay, so that gives everyone, if you are kind of like aren't together, you don't have a chance to go and get together with someone, we can do one once a week. Like let's say we'll make it Thursday night and it's 8 o'clock. You can invite anyone to it to listen to the business. And then just know that when you're inviting people to jump on and listen to the business, they expect to see your face on them. Okay, so if you're inviting people on and you don't turn up, they're going to be like, well, if she's not even on this call, like how can she, they won't take you seriously. Okay. And I know that, I just know from people in the past, but that's just happened as an example. So make sure you're on there. I haven't actually set one out. So I'm actually, just by the way, I fly out, we leave here at like 3:30 a.m. tomorrow for Fiji. And next Monday night, the plane takes off at 8 p.m. New Zealand time. So I can't even make training next week. But so I'm not here for the next week, and the night times are out. So someone can run it. We'll just maybe Haley knows how to do it as well. She could maybe run one at 8 o'clock this Thursday, but then going forward we could like rotate through who does them, because that way it gives you, we've got a script, we've got everything written out. That way we can someone write a note and tell me, Haley, you can do this. Write a note and tell me to send this to everyone, because this DA, there's so many people that don't have the DA yet. And it's a revamp of what we actually made, what Arbonne done. We've kind of put a little twist to it. Okay, so that can be 8 o'clock this Thursday night, and then going forward every Thursday night till the end of the year. Let's just say that that's what's happening. Okay. Max out, I'm reading some notes. Max out events and post them into Vibe Nation to share and invite. Okay. So I just said we've got the nighttime one, but if you're doing it, like if you're even doing like a sit and sample, it's really cool to be at events. You learn how others speak. The way someone speaks, the way say your direct upline speaks might not relate to you, but the way a sideline speaks, you might be like, oh yeah, I definitely relate better to that person. Okay. You learn a lot. You learn also every time you're there, you're more exposed, your belief is there. Yeah. I am just going to break down October, November, and December and what that can look like for you. So October and November are the biggest months in Arbonne. Okay. Everyone is wanting to go feel healthier. The sun's coming out, the shorts are coming out, they're not feeling so good. People are kind of wanting those knee replacements. They're wanting to, they want help, and we have a solution for them. Last year, the 1st of October last year was an officially demoted back down to DM, district manager. But it was also the same month I went back into area qual. And then I completed November last year again, okay? And that was because of it was just such a busy month. I did definitely have new girls. I think Mallory, Haley, and Katie had come back in, and they're still here, which is so cool. And you know, well done, guys, you're still here. But, you know, it just shows that so basically I'm going to break down to go district, 6,000 over 2 months or 7,500 over 3 months. Area, 24,000 over 2 months or 30,000 over 3 months. And RVP is 96,000 over 2 months or 120 over 3 months. But right now, RVP is 40,000 this month and next month, and you've done it. Okay, it's a little promo they're doing. So to break that down, I wrote this down for area because I know there's some girls in here wanting to go to area, and you'll pull your girls up. The girls who are going to area, you'll pull the girls up to DM anyway. So I'm just going to break down area. These are the examples. So to go qual for area this month, it's 10,000. Okay, write that down, 10,000. So if your goal is 10,000, you want to be around a third of that goal mid-month. Okay, so a third of that is 3,333 by, let's say, the 15th. Okay, maybe the 16th. 1 week out, you want to be halfway to the goal. Danny's jumping in. 1 week out, you want to be halfway to the goal. So, for example, area manager, that's 5,000. Okay, so let's say that's around the 23rd or the 24th of this month. Now, these can flow either way, but this is just rough numbers. Then the last day, you want to be completing at that 10,000 minimum. Okay, so a really good way to track where you're at is focus on that half, that at the mid-month, focus on being a third of the way. Okay, and then when you get there, you want to be like thinking, okay, how am I on track or am I not? What do I need to get more activity? Do I need to ask more people? Why am I behind? And there's no, like, if you're behind, there's no drama. Like, we just went region and we were very far behind a week ago. So, but that it just shows the power of having a team, and it shows the power of like actually the community and like working together, teamwork, friendships. Okay. So anything is possible in this business. Now, to break it down for numbers, this is my last point, and then I'm going to pass it on. Asking people to look at the business to become an IC, to become an independent consultant. So if I just use Haley, Mallory, and Katie as examples about how long it took them to be from first exposure to consultant, I'll start with Katie. In January last year, she messaged me postpartum with a baby, wanting help to lose weight, feel good. That was January. I'm pretty sure she referred a customer to me every single month. And every time she referred it to me, I said, you can do this business. Like, in a roundabout way, I said, do the business. Okay. She said no every time. And then it was probably July. I probably asked her again from her 6th customer, because some of these customers were then referring people to me too. I was like, Katie, this is business that you're missing out on. Anyway, she joined in September. Quote me if I'm wrong, Katie, but that was 9 months for her to join. Okay. You've then got Haley. Haley came through Kerry. So Haley messaged me, and was it July? Maybe random, like she asked me this random question, something about foundation. That was it. She ghosted me, never replied back to me. Okay. I was like, well, cool. Not cool. So that was July. Her sister then joined pretty much that same month. It was Kerry. I don't know if you ever met her. August, September, it must have been the end of September she joined. So that was probably like a 3 month. That was pretty quick for Haley to join. And then Mallory was pretty quick too, actually. I think you're like 3 weeks maybe. And then Southside Sim, she was like, I literally asked her, she pretty much signed up like next. But most people are like, yeah, Southside Sim's an exception. But most people, like Glenna, I asked, and then like she told me it was a year later that she joined, you know. So people do take time and they need exposures, but it doesn't always happen like that. And you're going to find that the more you show up on social media, those are exposures. Every time you're showing up, you're showing someone that you're serious about this business. You're showing your growth. You're showing your success. You're showing your struggles. You're showing everything. Okay, so on average, here are the numbers. Asking 20 to 30 people, probably 5 to 10 will take a look at the business. Okay, I'll say that again. Ask 20 to 30 people to look at the business. 5 to 10 will probably take a look. Okay. Out of those 5 to 10, 1 to 2 will probably join the business. you probably will get a bit higher numbers, maybe 3 to 4 might join as a customer. Customers, you generally get a higher number, but for the sakes, we're talking about consultants, okay? So if you think about it, it's like 1 out of every 20 or 30 are going to join the business. So if you're not having consultants join your team, you just have to look back and think about how many people are actually asking to join the business. And these count as re-asks. Okay, so if you've been in the business for a while and maybe you started in May or June, let's say that you are now 5 months into the business, you can look back and say, hey, I know I asked you about the business when I started and I'm sorry, but put the blame on you, because people love that. People are like, okay, yeah, she's like apologizing for being so shitty at it. I'm so sorry, but when I first asked you, like, I had no idea what I was saying. I was so new, but I just wanted to tell you, and I completely mucked it up. Would you want to go for a coffee? And I can talk to you about the business, because I feel, and just say, I would love to reshare it with you. And when you put the blame on yourself, it just shows that 1, you're human, and 2, the fact that you've reached out again, that proves to them that you're serious about this business. Okay, so that is something that can be some homework for you guys. Even if you're a year in, like, I can still do this. Pearl Williams can still do this 6 or 7 years in. Okay, you can still reach back. This is my very last point. I'm sorry, but PCs are a really good one to get excited about. So right now, our team has just hit region. Okay, I don't think there's been a region in New Zealand for about 3 years, so it's quite exciting, and it's a reflection on all of you guys. You can reach back to all of your customers and say, oh my gosh, like, have you ever thought about this business? I know you love the products. Would you love to hear about the business side? I'll take you for a coffee. No drama, no pressure, but things are moving on the side, and I'd love for you to experience what I'm going through. Okay. I think that's it from me. Hopefully you wrote those notes down, because there's quite a few to go to. Just know that you have to have your own goals to make this work. So if it's area, declare it, put it in Vibe Nation, tell them you're going to area qual, and then I can keep you accountable, okay? I'm going to flick it over to Katie, who's going to do our specials. Promos for the moment.
Good evening, team. Let me get my notes. So October is packed full of amazing stuff to have a wonderful final quarter of the year. Some of these Emily has already shared with you, but so the biggest one, obviously, 15 years of Fizz, and therefore we're celebrating with 20% off selected flavors while stocks last. Or until about the 17th of October, from my understanding. Again, Emily already shared this, but there is reduced IC registration until the 16th of October, and that's $75, and a PC can upgrade as well for only $45. It is important to note that the $149 registration free gift choice is not available with this offer. So if they're getting the half price deal, they can't get the free gift, which you would normally get. Obviously, DM promotion challenge is still running. So you can earn a promotion bonus by promoting 4 or 5 more district managers to your first generation district. I'm assuming that makes sense. I did copy this. And you can earn, I read, $2,300 as the bonus. And if you promote 6 or more, you can earn a bonus of $3,850. Em also mentioned this, but they've got some special VP qualifications this month. So achieve 40,000 central area QV in October and November, and you can promote just like M to RVP. And why not chuck it out there, do 160,000 guys over the next 2 months, and you can even become an NVP, so National Vice President at the moment. Other important things that I did pick up on and I thought were important to share, there is website maintenance on the 8th of October at 5 p.m, which means you won't be able to put orders or anything through, and it won't be will be down and everything like that. And also, I got excited about this one, aside from maybe the time, but there is a live broadcast on the 18th of October at 5 o'clock in the morning, New Zealand time, where Arbonne's going to launch all our new 2023 holiday products, which is, I'm very excited to hear about, especially with Christmas coming up. So I think that's all from me at this stage and everything I found out.
Perfect. That is so good. Thank you so much, guys. Have a nice night and let's go rock October. Bye, guys.